another Destiny in Bloom webisode. My name is Marissa.
My name is Marcia.
I'm Kelly.
And we are so glad you tuned in. I would like to start by welcoming our newest writers. Leah Alton from North Carolina, Carrie Trotter from Oklahoma, Camera Khan from California, and Krista Ashworth from Texas. Ladies, we are so glad to have you a part of the DIB team.
And we also wanted to say thank you to all those that participated in last month's Feature Writer Week, to those of you that were featured and those that submitted articles. We just want to say a big thanks. And if you didn't get a chance to participate this last time, our next one is coming up in February. So you just need to submit your article by January 1st, and you can go on our website and find all the details for that. And then we'll also be reminding you on our Facebook fan page and Twitter. So if you haven't liked us on Facebook yet,
like us,
or followed us on Twitter, you can look at the bottom of the screen. I'll tell you how to get there and do that. And there's lots of great discussion that goes on our Facebook fan page. So you want to be a part of that.
Yes.
And I'm back to interview our guest writers for the month of November. So excited. It's such a privilege. I'm going to be speaking with Nancy Smith. We're also going to feature Wendy Saxton, and Michelle Brogan from the Movement and Dance Revolution is going to be here as well. We're going to do that next.
Thank you for tuning in, and let's hear from our guest writers. Bye.
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 Welcome back. I am here with Nancy Smith, our first featured guest writer for the month of November. Nancy, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Nancy is married to Alan Smith. He's been a guest writer for us before. She's the mother of 3 grown kids. She's been married for 16 years. And just a little bit of background, Nancy traditionally has come from a background of worship, and the Lord really rocked your destiny, did He not? He's pulled her into freedom. She is a freedom fighter with her husband. Tell us about that.
You know, that's really an interesting story. With Alan being the freedom pastor, you know, I had thought that I would go my own way and go into worship. That's what I've done my whole life. That's what I studied in college. And just this year, the Lord really has, you know, He treats us like sheep sometimes. And He's really herded me into my destiny, into doing what I'm called to do. And I've had more fun this year than I ever have before.
So do you feel you're walking fully in that destiny now, Nancy? Or are you just getting a feel for it now?
Just really getting my footing, really finding out just how big that destiny really is and how big God's vision is for it.
So you mother, you're a wife, you're a blogger, you're a freedom fighter. We're so thrilled to have you with us. Tell me what your heart is for Destiny in Bloom and why you're so excited to be a featured guest writer.
I have so enjoyed watching Destiny in Bloom and getting to read the testimonies of the women who write and just seeing the stories, and it's touched me in so many ways, just to see that I'm not alone in my walk and to see the women's stories that really mirror my own and know that I'm not alone. And I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'm so honored to be included in this wonderful group of amazing women.
I love that, Nancy. Thank you. I've loved meeting you.
Well, thank you for having me.
So make sure that you catch Nancy Smith. Her featured guest writer will post on Monday of Featured Guest Writer Week. Thanks. I'm here with Michelle Brogan. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
She's actually a dear friend of mine. This is such a privilege for me. Michelle actually is the mother of 2. She and her husband Alec have a 501c3 nonprofit organization called Dance Revolution. And basically, she has been called to interpret the scriptures and just really has redeemed dance from the secular world into a way that God has called her. Tell us about that. How does that work?
Well, I started dance at a very early age. My mom put me in dance at the age of 4 years old, and so I just grew up in the world of dance. And I, you know, as I got older, I even went to New York Star Search. I did cruise ships, Universal Studios. But as my life started going, God started really revealing to me so much about the visual arts, which doesn't just include dances, includes so many things. But when you look in the Word, Jesus was a storyteller. I mean, He talked in parables. So everything He did, and even when we look at creation, everything about the Lord is visual. So we need to get to the place where we see this generation where it's going visually and take that back and show them through the visual arts, including dance, the gospel, because the gospel hasn't changed, but the way we present the gospel to this new upcoming generation has to change. And so the visual arts and dance is the way that we're redeeming.
Michelle, you're so relevant for the generation that we're in right now doing that. But your blog, actually, I've gotten a preview, has been interesting. It's a story of fear. And that just seems odd for somebody like you. You're so confident and beautiful. How are you here like this in your destiny have overcome fear? Can you talk to us about that?
Well, it's such a strategy of the enemy, and I mean that's the first strategy, as you see in the Bible. When God comes to tell a big assignment, the first thing He says is, "Do not fear." And so in my life, I was what was classified an agoraphobic. I mean, I did not leave my house for 6 months, and you know, you'll see in the story that there was just so many things in my life that the enemy tried to hold me back. And so what we need to understand is, right when God calls us to do something, the enemy's going to come in and put fear right in front of us. And it's what we do is, do we retreat or do we move forward, knowing that He's already carved out that path for us? And so in my life, I had to make a choice. And one day when I made that choice that, God, you can use me, someone that's unqualified but available, God took me and He said, you know, Michelle, you might even have to do some of these things afraid, because I think sometimes we think He's going to totally deliver us and move us forward, but it was just moving forward even in some fear. But then He began to remove that out of my life as I walked into my destiny.
Michelle, your story is amazing. And I just think that the readers of Destiny in Bloom are going to be so blessed, because do you feel that you have fulfilled your destiny? Or is it still in process? Do you see it unveiling a new thing for you, a new day for you?
It's only, I mean, you feel like sometimes you're there, but goodness, it talks about in the Bible that we're running the race, and I feel like I've just kind of passed number 2 marker, and I think there's like a million markers I have ahead. So it's such a process, but I feel like I'm running it, and I can see the finish line, and He is our prize, and I am just excited about what's ahead.
I love that. Michelle, it just has been an honor to have you and to have you write for us. We love that, and the readers, you're going to love it. And Michelle, you've got a couple of other events I want to just quickly touch on. Talk to me about Red in December. Talk to me about that real quick.
Yes, the movement is a new thing that we're starting, and you can go there at themovementdfw.com. We do have
or if you're on Facebook, you can like them, The Movement.
The Movement, but we're doing a production on December 5th. Everybody's invited. It's a free event at Shady Grove Church. It's a way to take that visual, you know, gospel, bring it to life for the DFW Metroplex. So we hope to see you there.
And is it great for all ages?
All ages, absolutely.
I love that. You know what? Michelle is just really walking her destiny out. Nobody's ever there. Thank you so much for coming and just talking with me and sitting here. I love it. I love you. And you're going to love reading her story.
Thanks.
And finally, our last guest writer is Wendy Saxton. You do not want to miss what she has to say. She has a ministry that comes straight from her heart, and she deals a lot with her own past experience in helping women come out of abusive relationships, codependency, drug abuse. She really has an amazing testimony. She's going to share part of her heart with you on Guest Writer Week. So again, thank you for allowing us to share with you what our hearts are. We hope y'all have a great month. Don't forget to tune in, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!